Welterweight champion Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis, they have an exchange of words online, subliminals, kind of agreed to fight, but will the fight happen? That is what I will explore in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Let's jump right into it. Devin Haney was pretty much being asked about what's next for him in his career, and Ring Magazine posted this. He says, looking at a few different options, no date yet. Problematic. I told you the Brian Norman fight kind of came and went. He became a champion. Welterweight division is dry. Desert. I try to warn y'all. And then the best names, Team Haney has kind of like ruled out, or there seems to be other issues making it, namely with availability. For example, Rolly was said to be in talks to fight Pacquiao, but if it wasn't going to be Pacquiao, he has a mandatory of Giasov, who's been waiting patiently for an opportunity to fight. So if Rolly doesn't get some kind of super fight or a Pacquiao fight, he's probably going to have to fight Giasov or give up that belt. These are the facts. Mario Barrios. We know Ryan Garcia is in shape and training, and Joe Goossen's supposed to be working with Barrios as a new coach. So it looks like that is going down. Conor Benn, again, that was a name that initially after the Norman win, Team Haney was like, who's he beat? He don't really have nothing to offer. Then you have Lewis Crockpot or whatever, the Crocker, Betty Crocker or whatever, and nobody wants to see that fight. I don't care if it's unification. See, this new generation, they want me to be so wrong with what I say. I told you these belts don't matter. What do I mean? What do I mean? Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, for the younger generation, is the last fight. So I'm not talking about Floyd or Manny Pacquiao. I believe he's going to bite me. I'm not talking about Floyd, Canelo, Pacquiao, somebody who's over 30 that is established on pay-per-view. I'm talking about the current people that are 30 and under. None of these people have really done no pay-per-view numbers except for Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. That was, in fact, the last fight of dedicated long-term Pacquiao, Canelo, Floyd type of names that hit over 1 million on pay-per-view in America, right? That fight had no belt. Say with me, no belt. There was no belt on the line for that particular fight. So it goes to show you that people don't really care about the belt more than they care about, I like this particular matchup and I'm willing to pay my hard-earned money to see this particular matchup, period. That's what that shows me. And if I'm wrong, which you know I'm not, but if I were wrong, then you wouldn't be able to justify Tank and Ryan doing so successfully in 2023, right? So Devin's in between a rock and a hard spot. For me, I think the best available kind of realistic option for him would be to fight Conor Benn. Everybody else is either booked up or these aren't like really fights that people are chomping at the bit for. You dig? So that will be a problem. That would be a problem. Now, one of the people, as I stated at the beginning of this video, that is proclaiming they are interested in fighting Devin Haney, it sounds like Keyshawn Davis. And he put this subliminal. He waiting to see what I do with Jermaine Ortiz, right? A lot of people in the comments, I'm not here to play games. I won't be playing games on my channel. A lot of people in the comments really believe this was dedicated or subliminal to Devin Haney, period, right? And the premise is simple. He's fighting on the Shakur card against Jermaine Ortiz, and he believes if this is dedicated to Devin, which most of the people, including myself, believe it was kind of aimed at Devin Haney, right? He want to see how I look at 140, how I look. Keyshawn, mind you, has been on record saying nobody can beat him from pretty much 40 to 47. And he says he wants to fight Jermaine Ortiz and then move up to welterweight, which would be perfect because, like I told you, I really am the best in this business. Like, everything I say is like clockwork, right? It's amazing to me. Sometimes I amaze myself. So what am I talking about? I literally just said welterweight is dry. It's a stale, stagnant, horrible division right now. Not too many ways to mix and match the guys. And then the guys you could mix and match are pretty much busy. The Ryans, the Barrioses, and the Rollies, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And I told you it's going to require, this is how it works in the sport of boxing. I know because I've been here. It's going to require people to move up, good names to move up from 40 to 47. And then you'll have some action, because then when people can't make 40 anymore, just like Jerron Boots Ennis couldn't make 47, and he moved up to 154. Now 54 is cracking. They got 54 out here cracking. Tons of names where you can mix and match the Funduras, the Virgil Ortiz, Jermell Charlo, possibly Errol Spence, Murda Zylev, Boots, right? You got tons of ways you can mix and match these people. 47 right now is dry, so it's going to take Shakur's and the Keyshawns and Gary Antoine Russells or the El Rayos, different Edwin De Los Santos, Matias, different guys to move up to start to purge and like fill out the division. Right now, it's not many options. Again, Devin versus Louis Crockpot is a terrible fight, and I don't know anyone that wants to see it. Anyway, Devin Haney responded to it, to Keyshawn saying he's waiting to see what I do with Jermaine. He says, you are on the list. We can get it on. So respect that attitude from Devin Haney. My thing is this. This new generation talks a lot. Yes. Yes. What movie is that from? That's all I'm going to give you. Y'all know I put my movie trivia in my videos. Yes. Yes. What movie is that from? Let me know in the comment section. This generation, they talk and talk. And it's really for someone my age and who's been covering boxing, who's been elite at covering boxing in this space, it gets really old. I really miss covering the sport with the generation like the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, and everybody before. So pretty much the fighters from yesteryear. But the problem is now the Anthony Joshuas, the Wilders, the Crawfords, the Deontay Wilders, they're either retired or close to retirement. Like Wilder, AJ, Fury, Usyk, they probably don't have that many fights left in their career-wise. You know what I mean? And this new generation is not holding it down, right? Just a lot of lip, a lot of talk. Oh, man, I'll beat this person. So here's I want y'all to hear, that's why I got my headphones on. I want you to hear Keyshawn's been talking for years about fighting Devin Haney, and he's like, oh, the businessman is back. God body. And he's flexing and doing all this stuff, trying to get people hype. You doing all this to fight Jermaine Ortiz. Now, Jermaine Ortiz is a good little fighter. But what I'm saying is it's not like this, it's not a main event. That's why they didn't put you on the main event. You dig? So you doing all this flexing and stuff. What could be a main event is you and Devin. We already know you don't want to fight your boy. Your boy Shakur. We know that's not happening because y'all both keep teasing it and then saying we're never fighting. So can we at least get a Devin? I would happily spend my time making videos on fight. I tell you, the fights I like, I'm going to get off. It's like I got a good lawyer the way I get off. I'm going to get off, you know what I mean? And I'm going to put out the fire content because it's easy to be motivated when you love the matchup or the fight and love what you're doing, right? So here's Keyshawn, and he been talking crazy about Devin Haney. Like, why not push for this fight? You missed weight in your last fight. Credit to Devin for that, because Devin, he's big and he, you know, in that weight bully conversation. However, you got to give it to the kid. He's professional. Ryan done miss weight. Shakur done miss weight. And Keyshawn done miss weight. Earlier stage, Adrian Broner missed weight. All these that was in or around 35, 40, outside of, actually even Tank missed weight. I was at the fight, in the Gamboa fight, right? And he missed it on the Mayweather-McGregor card. So Devin is probably the only one in that kind of 35, 40-pound, you know, four king or adjacent four king that ain't miss weight. I don't know about T.O. T.O. might be good too. But come on, man. But anyway, here's Keyshawn talking greasy. Roll the clip.
Devin Haney.
I feel like me and Devin Haney will be it'll be an easy fight for me, bro. Like super easy, bro. Like, and I know I would stop Devin Haney. I've been saying this, bro, before the Ryan fight, bro. He just don't got nothing for me. He got nothing for me. Like, you don't got no power. You got nothing for me to worry about. Like, what are you gonna do to stop me?
Got you.
And what I got coming with, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he don't got nothing to even stop me. His defense is not that good.
Bro, he talking spicy. And this is an old interview, right? He said he got no pop, no power. No one man should have all this power. He's saying he ain't got no pop, nothing to stop me. I mean, it sounds like he underestimating him. And I would wonder if now, if we get it updated, does he still feel the same way? Because he did have Brian Norman, a full-fledged, muscular champion welterweight, do the stanky leg, he did have him doing the stanky leg. So, you know, I feel like more so than Devin not having any pop, I think he doesn't have that Kobe Bryant, that Michael, you know, he don't have that Kobe Bean, that Michael Jordan, that killer instinct where he's just going to get you up out of there when he smell blood. You know, so it's more of a mentality and temperament. I think he has somewhat, like, I feel like an Amir Khan. Devin matches up really well to Amir Khan. Amir was longer, rangier, and faster, but there's a lot of similarities there. Very good boxer, respectable power, but not like Maidana, Ruslan Provodnikov, or even a Crawford Errol Spence. Not, you know, it's not power like that. But, you know, he can catch you slipping, catch you lacking, put you down like Regis Prograis or what he did to Brian Norman. Can he finish you? I don't know. Now, it's funny that we're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. It's funny that Keyshawn is jaw-jacking and saying that Devin ain't got no pop, he ain't got no defense, he ain't got no power. But your man's Shakur, he got less power than Devin Haney as far as I'm concerned. That's why Shakur don't want to move up to 47. He'll mess around and break his hands. But it's funny how people pick and choose. You're not really roasting your homie Shakur about having no pop, but you're doing it to Devin Haney. Church.
I feel like I got better defense than him. I know he fought better opponents than me, so you know what I'm saying? So I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just feel like I got better defense than him.
His resume tough.
Nah, it is.
His resume tough.
But you gotta realize he fought a lot of guys that was smaller than him too, bro. A lot of these guys were smaller than him.
But even that narrative, a lot of guys smaller. Brian Norman wasn't. That was his first fight at the full-fledged welterweight, and he got busy and beat him. You know what I mean?
Heavy, it's like.
So here's another clip where Keyshawn was talking reckless.
I can say like this: it been people out here that do take steroids, and you could tell that guy was off steroids. And you know, I actually know a person personally that his career changed He was the top prospect doing great. He fought a guy with steroids and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked. It changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. It's like, bro, I'm sorry. There's no other word to put this. You're a bitch. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You do not take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, a daddy's boy, making sure you've been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't really not take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you asked me how I feel. You done took it always to suing and all that extra shit. I feel like, bro, you soft, bro. Straight like that. I can say it like this.
So he calling this is again an older interview, but the point remains: you calling Devin the B word, and y'all got to fight. It is what it is. And for me, I don't like too much of the spicy talk when Devin is clear, like, because he just said he don't have no date, but you got to fight in a few weeks on the Shakur card. But it's like you can't really engage with that. You haven't faced off with Richards and Hitchens, then later saying you don't want his belt. So this generation, a lot of talking. I want to see action. Fight Devin Haney. I need to see that. The way they both sound confident and believe, two prime black fighters. Yeah, make that. To be honest, I would rather see that than the Ryan rematch. I mean, I ain't mad at the Ryan rematch, but stylistically, I like Keyshawn. I think he's big enough to easily be at 47, has the frame to do it. Make that. Yeah, make that. Let me know what you think. Use my link me to get to all my links. Support the channel. Multiple ways to do it. One click, one-stop shop. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new. But even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.